It might seem harmless. But after 65, the wrong handful of nuts could be quietly working against your health, raising your blood pressure, clogging your arteries, straining your liver, and even clouding your memory. And the most surprising part? Many of these so-called healthy nuts are sitting right there in your kitchen cabinet. According to a long-term study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, seniors who regularly ate certain types of nuts faced a staggering 48% higher risk of heart complications, yet hardly anyone talks about it. Not your doctor, not the health magazines, not even the nutrition labels. And here's the part that shocks most people. One of the most popular nuts, often praised in low-carb and keto circles, contains a hidden neurotoxin that can quietly damage your liver and kidneys and even accelerate cognitive decline as you age. But don't worry, there's good news. In this video, we'll explain exactly which nuts can help strengthen your heart, protect your memory, and keep your bones resilient, and which ones you should avoid, starting today. Stay with me because the last nut we'll reveal is one almost no one talks about, yet it could be silently sabotaging your health every single day. Before we dive in, if you'd like more calm, science-backed guidance on aging, well, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. And here's something you don't want to miss. Stay with me until the end, because the final nut we'll reveal is rarely mentioned, yet it might be quietly affecting your heart, your memory, and your energy every single day. Also, I'd love to know, where are you joining us from? Drop your city or country in the comments. It's always inspiring to see how far this community of wise, health-conscious seniors has reached. Ready to begin? Let's explore the 4 powerful nuts every person over 65 should be enjoying, starting today. Number 1. Almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse. Let's begin with something simple and quietly powerful. Almonds. To some, they're just a snack, tossed into a bowl, eaten without a second thought. But inside that smooth, pale shell is something extraordinary, a kind of silent guardian for your bones, heart, and mind. After 65, the ground beneath our feet feels a little less certain. Bones that once felt sturdy become fragile. A slight stumble could mean weeks, sometimes months of painful recovery. But imagine this. Just a small handful of almonds each day, 15 to 20 pieces, offering your body nearly 100 milligrams of calcium. Enough to begin rebuilding what time tries to take away, and almonds don't stop there. They carry magnesium too, the quiet courier delivering calcium to the most needed places. Into the bones, not the bloodstream, not into the arteries where it hardens and harms, but into the living framework of your body where strength is born. There's something else too. Almonds hold the kind of fats your heart loves, monounsaturated, which gently lowers bad cholesterol and soothes the delicate vessels that carry life through you. If digestion has become more challenging lately, almonds help there as well. Their fiber eases the slow, heavy feeling many faces after meals. It's a natural way to keep things moving and keep you light on your feet. Think of them as quiet protectors for your bones, for your heart, even for your mind. Because within that, small shell is vitamin E, a powerful shield against oxidative stress. Some studies even whisper that it helps slow the quiet fading of memory, but even something as small as an almond asks for your respect. Chew them slowly. Let them melt into your oatmeal or blend gently into a morning smoothie. And if chewing feels like a burden, almond butter carries the same gifts, soft, smooth, and easy to enjoy. Tomorrow morning, when you reach for something familiar, pause for just a moment and consider the almond. Your future self may look back and smile. Number 2, walnuts, the brain-boosting nut. Have you ever noticed that a walnut resembles a human brain? Well, nature may be smarter than we think, because walnuts are one of the best foods for brain health, especially as we age. These small, Golden halves carry a treasure few realize, plant-based omega-3s called ALA. These are the building blocks your brain uses to keep memories sharp, thoughts clear, and conversations flowing smoothly. In a recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who added a small handful of walnuts to their daily routine, just over an ounce, noticed something remarkable. Their minds grew more flexible, their memories clearer, and the fog that once settled over long afternoons began to lift. But walnuts don't stop at the mind. They're filled with polyphenols, potent compounds that quiet the fires of inflammation, burning unseen in aging tissues. Fires that, left unchecked, are now believed to contribute to Alzheimer's and other forms of memory loss, and perhaps most beautifully, walnuts offer a natural gift for sleep. They hold melatonin, the hormone that gently ushers you toward rest. As we age, our bodies produce less of it. But a small handful of walnuts in the evening? It might be just enough to soften the edges of a restless night. Their benefits ripple through the heart as well. They improve circulation, nourish blood vessels, and help your heart beat a little easier, which in turn sends a richer, more vibrant life to the mind. If you can, crack them fresh. Feel their shell yield beneath your fingers. It's a small ritual that keeps the hands nimble and the mind engaged. And if their bitterness makes you hesitate, remember, that's the taste of antioxidants, doing their quiet, necessary work. So, will you make space for a few walnuts today? 7 to 9 halves are all it takes. They can be tucked into a salad, stirred through oatmeal, or savored independently. Walnuts are nature's way of saying, don't forget your mind, even as you care for your body. And when the sun sets tonight and sleep feels just out of reach, remember the humble walnut. Number 3. Pistachios, the nut that supports your eyes and blood pressure. They sit quietly in their shells, tiny green lanterns of life waiting to be discovered. And isn't there something almost meditative about them? Sitting by the window, on a late afternoon, the sun pouring in golden and soft, and there you are, cracking each shell open gently, one by one, slowing down. Listening to the small, satisfying sound of the shell yielding to your fingers. Pistachios teach us how to pause in a world that moves too fast. But beneath that delicate shell, they offer something far greater than a moment's calm. They offer protection, quietly working behind the scenes to guard your heart, vision, and lifeblood. You see, as the years pass, our bodies become a little more sensitive to things we once brushed aside. Salt lingers longer. Blood pressure rises quietly. Vision dims around the edges. But pistachios, they're like tiny caretakers. With their rich supply of potassium, they help flush away what your kidneys no longer can, easing the hidden strain on your heart. And for your eyes, those two loyal witnesses to your life's beauty and sorrow, they offer lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds are like soft shields, standing guard against the harshness of blue light and the unseen wear of oxidative stress. They gather gently at the center of your vision, in the macula, protecting the very place where your world comes into focus. So the next time you find yourself squinting at the fine print or feeling your heart race just a little too quickly, remember the pistachio, and here's a little trick. Keep them in their shells. Let the slow rhythm of cracking them open guide your pace. Research shows that when we do this, we naturally eat less. Our bodies have time to whisper, "That's enough." Before our hands reach for more, leave the empty shells piled beside you. They are a gentle reminder that even small moments of mindfulness add up to something larger. So tonight, when the day feels long and the hours stretch before you, reach for a small handful. About 49 pistachios is just right. Unsalted if you can, or lightly salted if that brings you joy, because sometimes the best medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It comes quietly, one shell at a time. Number 4. Brazil nuts, the thyroid and brain protector. They look unassuming, small, smooth, almost too simple to hold such power. But inside each Brazil nut is a hidden reservoir of a mineral that touches nearly every vital system in your body. Selenium. One small nut. And yet, it carries 137% of your daily selenium needs. That's not just nutrition, it's precision. Selenium is the silent conductor of your thyroid orchestra. Without it, thyroid hormone conversion from inactive to active form slows down. When that happens, energy wanes, moods dip, metabolism drags, and the familiar fog of fatigue settles in. Studies estimate that nearly 1 in 5 seniors lives with an underactive thyroid, often undiagnosed and dismissed as just part of aging. But the story doesn't end there. Selenium also stands guard over your brain. It helps maintain the myelin sheath, that delicate insulating layer around your nerves. With age, myelin naturally thins, reaction times slow, and coordination falters. But by nurturing this protective barrier, selenium helps preserve sharper reflexes and clearer cognitive function, qualities that feel more precious every year. And in the quiet language of your DNA, selenium works even deeper. Recent research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition suggests that diets rich in selenium are linked to longer telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of your chromosomes. Longer telomeres mean slower cellular aging, a body that remembers how to repair itself even as the decades pass. But as powerful as this little nut is, balance remains the golden rule. Too much selenium can tip the scales, leading to brittle nails, digestive upset, or in rare cases, neurological discomfort. That's why just 1, or perhaps 2, is all you need. So far, we've explored the quiet allies tucked inside your pantry, tiny foods that can strengthen your bones, clear your mind of morning fog, steady a racing heart, and even ease the pressure in your veins. We've talked about the good. But now, what about the hidden risks sitting quietly in your pantry? While some nuts heal, others slowly harm, especially after age 65, when the body becomes more sensitive and its defenses wear thinner. And the most challenging part? They're often the very ones you've trusted for years. The familiar snacks you reach for without thinking, silently raising your inflammation, clouding your memory, and even interfering with your medications. Let's take a closer look at the 4 nuts. It may be time to reconsider, starting with one that almost everyone keeps at home, never suspecting the quiet damage it may be causing. Number 1. Peanuts, the inflammatory trap. Let's start with a surprising truth. Peanuts aren't nuts at all. They're legumes, closer to beans than to almonds or walnuts. And while that might sound harmless, this small distinction carries some big hidden risks for seniors. The first, contamination. Peanuts grow underground, right where dangerous molds thrive. These molds produce aflatoxins, silent toxins that accumulate quietly in your body over time. You won't taste them, you won't smell them, but they're there. As the liver's natural detox abilities weaken with age, this hidden burden can grow, heavier, quietly raising the risk of liver disease, even cancer. But the concerns don't stop there. Peanuts are also loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. While we need some omega-6, the modern diet often floods the body with it, without enough omega-3, to keep inflammation in check. Over time, this imbalance becomes the perfect storm for joint pain, cognitive decline, and heart problems. And if you're on medications, there's one more quiet danger. Peanuts contain vitamin K, a nutrient that directly interferes with blood thinners, like warfarin. For people like Raymond, 71, that lesson came the hard way. Every morning for decades, he enjoyed his peanut butter toast. However, after starting new medications for his heart, his blood levels became dangerously unstable. His doctor searched for answers, until a pharmacist asked, "Are you eating foods high in vitamin K?" The hidden culprit was sitting right there on his breakfast plate, When Raymond switched to almond butter, his lab results stabilized in weeks. And there's more. Peanuts spoil faster than most realize. In warm or humid conditions, their oils turn rancid, releasing free radicals that quietly speed up cellular aging and damage brain cells. And that comforting jar of roasted peanuts? It is likely packed with acrylamide, a chemical byproduct of high-temperature roasting, linked to memory decline and neurological stress in older adults. So, what's the takeaway? You don't have to give up nuts. Just make wiser choices. Swap peanuts for almonds or walnuts. Choose natural nut butter free of hydrogenated oils. If you do indulge in peanuts now and then, store them in the fridge and keep portions small. They may feel nostalgic. But after 65, even the smallest habits can tip the scales between silent inflammation and quiet, vibrant health. Number 2. Cashews, the sugar spike you didn't see coming. Cashews wear a harmless disguise, smooth, creamy, often labeled as heart-healthy. But for those over 65, these little crescent-shaped snacks may be working quietly against your health. The first hidden danger? Sugar spikes. Cashews carry more carbohydrates than almost any other nut, about 9 grams per ounce. For aging bodies, where insulin sensitivity naturally declines, this creates a silent problem. Just a handful can push blood sugar higher than you'd expect, especially for the 70% of seniors living with prediabetes or diabetes, and the danger often goes unnoticed. You've probably heard it. Nuts are good for you. But not all nuts are created equal, and sweet and easy-to-eat cashews can easily throw off your body's delicate blood sugar balance. But it doesn't end there. Cashews are also rich in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in the gut and block its absorption. This is the quiet sabotage you might never see coming for seniors already battling thinning bones or taking calcium supplements. And have you ever noticed how easily cashews slip down? Their smooth texture can actually be a choking hazard, especially for older adults dealing with dry mouth or swallowing difficulties caused by medication. There's also the issue of digestion. Cashews contain enzyme inhibitors, making it harder for your body to break down and absorb protein. For anyone already struggling with poor digestion or low stomach acid, a common issue with age, this means gas, bloating, and sluggish energy after a snack that was supposed to be healthy. And most cashews? They're not raw. They're heat processed to remove toxic compounds like urushiol, the same irritant in poison ivy. That process often involves roasting in oil and adding salt, sneaking in extra sodium and unhealthy fats that don't do aging hearts any favors. The final trap? They're far too easy to overeat. That creamy texture invites bite after bite. Before you know it, you've consumed over 300 calories without feeling full. If you enjoy the flavor, savor a smaller portion, or better yet, reach for almonds or walnuts instead. While cashews may look harmless, they often bring more hidden risks than rewards for seniors. Number 3. Macadamia nuts, the silent weight trap. Macadamia nuts feel like a small luxury, smooth, buttery, and perfectly portioned. But beneath that elegant shell lies a quiet risk, especially for those over 65. Just 10 to 12 macadamias, a tiny handful, contain over 200 calories and 22 grams of fat. Nearly 3 grams of that is saturated fat, which gently pushes your LDL cholesterol higher, even as you work to bring it down. And with age, every extra calorie matters. Metabolism slows, movement becomes lighter, and before you realize it, those indulgent handfuls turn into stubborn weight that's hard to shed. But it's not just about the waistline. Macadamias are dense with fat, making them challenging for aging digestive systems, particularly for those with weakened gallbladders, a condition common but often undiagnosed after 65. About 15% of older adults carry silent gallstones. Foods rich in fat, like macadamias, can quietly trigger discomfort, nausea, or even gallbladder attacks. Then there's the issue of fragile teeth. That satisfying crunch can become a costly mistake if you have crowns, dentures, or brittle enamel. One bite too hard, and you risk a cracked tooth or damaged dental work. A painful reminder that not every treat is harmless. Perhaps the sneakiest trap is how easily they slip past your hunger cues. The buttery richness makes them dangerously easy to overeat. 3 servings? That's more than 600 calories, without a hint of fullness. And unlike almonds or pistachios, macadamias offer little fiber and almost no protein to help you feel satisfied or support digestion. Nutritionally, they're light on vitamins and minerals but heavy on pure fat and calories. And if you're buying cheaper, bulk varieties, improper storage leads to oxidized fats, producing free radicals that quietly accelerate aging and inflammation. So if you've been reaching for macadamias thinking they're good for your heart, it might be time to pause. Most heart health benefits of nuts come from walnuts, almonds, and pistachios, not these buttery indulgences. If you still crave that creamy richness, try a few slices of ripe avocado instead. You'll enjoy the healthy fats and fiber your body needs, without the hidden costs. Macadamia nuts may look like a harmless pleasure, but for aging bodies, they're a quiet trap in a beautiful disguise. Number 4. Pine nuts, the unexpected troublemakers. They're small, buttery, and often sprinkled over gourmet dishes like pesto and Mediterranean salads. But for those over 65, pine nuts may be a quiet troublemaker hiding in plain sight. The most unusual risk? A strange condition called pine mouth syndrome. After eating pine nuts, some people experience a persistent metallic, bitter taste that lingers, sometimes for days, even weeks. While this might sound like a minor annoyance for seniors, any change in taste can have real consequences. When food no longer tastes appealing, appetite fades. With that comes unintended weight loss, nutrient deficiencies, and a decline in muscle strength and immunity. Studies show that poor appetite in older adults is often linked to weakened cognitive function and a higher risk of serious illness. But the hidden risks of pine nuts don't end there. They also have the potential to interfere with medications like statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure drugs. The compounds in pine nuts can quietly disrupt how your liver processes these medications, either reducing their effectiveness or amplifying their side effects, often without clear warning. And then there's the risk that's easy to overlook, but dangerously real: choking. Pine nuts, with their small and slippery shape, can be difficult to manage for those with dry mouth, dentures, or swallowing difficulties. A careless bite could lead to aspiration, a condition where food enters the lungs, causing dangerous complications like aspiration pneumonia. From a nutritional standpoint, these tiny seeds carry other concerns. They're rich in polyunsaturated fats, which, while healthy in moderation, oxidize quickly if not stored properly. Once oxidized, these fats produce harmful compounds that quietly worsen chronic inflammation, a key driver behind arthritis, heart disease, and diabetes. Unfortunately, many pine nuts are sold in bulk bins exposed to light and heat, making rancidity all but inevitable. Digestion is yet another concern. Pine nuts naturally contain enzyme inhibitors, making protein digestion even more difficult for older adults whose bodies already produce fewer digestive enzymes with age. This makes it harder to absorb critical nutrients when the body needs them most. As if that weren't enough, early research suggests that certain varieties of pine nuts may contribute to a higher risk of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. So, while pine nuts might seem harmless to aging bodies, their risks far outweigh their delicate crunch. If you love their flavor, consider reaching for sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds instead. They offer the same satisfying texture, without the metallic aftertaste, choking hazard, or medication concerns. Pine nuts may be small, but the risks they carry are anything but. When it comes to healthy aging, one fundamental truth stands out. Embracing small, consistent changes can lead to remarkable outcomes. The right nuts can protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and even sharpen your memory. The wrong ones? They quietly work against you, stirring up inflammation and interfering with your body's delicate balance. But now you know. And that knowledge is your turning point. Start small. This week, try swapping out just one risky nut for one that supports your health. It's not about perfection. It's about progress, one thoughtful choice at a time. And I'd love to hear from you. Which nut surprised you the most today? Have you ever noticed a food affecting your sleep, digestion, or energy without realizing it? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be just what someone else needs to hear. And if this video helped you, consider sharing it with a friend or loved one. One small change, one small piece of truth, can ripple into a lifetime of better health. Until next time, live long, live well.